Union, your St. Louis
BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha and mahalo and good morning. Yes, I know it is afternoon in your area, but it is the morning here. The Blues and the Wild for game number 3. Yes, the Blues beat the Wild both twice. The Wild 0-1-1. We're 2-0-0. And this could be the deciding factor for second and third. Wow, I mean, we've been actually, you know, if you've watched this show for a while, we've been circling these games since back in February. And a lot of times when you do that, it doesn't come to fruition. Well, today it does. And it's just amazing what's happening. And we actually saw this happening last year, right? Last season, we saw the maturation of the Minnesota Wild and the growth of the St. Louis Blues to the point where these two teams are now they're there. They're at the top of the division, right? You know, yes, I know Colorado's, you know, out there. Colorado's one big injury away from being nobodies in my eyes. They're you know, they lose a goaltender, they're done. I think that both Minnesota and St. Louis could upset them in a 7-game series. I really do. Tammy says, now is a huge 2 points. I got it. They got to come out strong. Sadly, my son had to cancel his trip, so don't get to go to the game, but I'll be screaming from home. Oh, Tammy. Oh, you should have gone anyways. Oh, I'm so sorry. That would have been, oh, Tammy. There are playoff bursts on the line. I think both St. Louis and Minnesota can clinch today. I know St. Louis can. I'm not 100% sure about Minnesota, but I would think that if St. Louis could clinch with a win, Minnesota could clinch with a win, especially since they have a game in hand. The ammonia caps waking up. Yeah. I think this is going to come down to one thing, right? And we've talked about it before, but it means more tonight. First thing first, it's going to come down to, I'll go over the clinching scenarios later. I'll go over the clinching scenarios later. Oh, I think they're number one, Ian. I think they're absolutely number one. They're the only team going to get five teams in. The only division going to get 5 teams in. I just think that they're, and you look at things. I think the thing for the Blues is they have a tiebreaker over everybody below them. So their magic number is 100. So I think the Wild need help. The Blues don't. Right now, if the Blues lose and Columbus beats the Kings tonight in regulation, then we're in. But so I do know there's a lot of tiebreaker scenarios in there, but we hold the tiebreaker over everybody below us. Let's see. It's all good. Boys just need to win today and not have to worry about the other teams. Very, very true. We just need more than the Knights' maximum points available. Actually, the Kings have played one less game than the Knights. That's what I thought. I kind of thought so, Ian. I really thought so. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So, the key for tonight. The key tonight that, I mean, for me, it's all or nothing. But the key for me tonight is which team gets to their game first and then stays with it. Now, we look at the game last week. You look at the game last week, and you can absolutely positively say that Minnesota got to their game first. They did, but they didn't stay with it. The Blues got to their game later, but stayed with it. And they stayed with it, and they stayed with it, and they stayed with it, and they were able to tie that game up and win in overtime. That is going to be key tonight. Once you get to your game, if you don't stay with it, you're going to let the other team come back. Both these teams know how to come back. Both of them do. It's all going to be about getting to your game first. And right now, the player to watch is Vladimir Tarasenko. He has 6 goals in his last 3 games. Robert Thomas, this number blew my mind, and I got to get back up to it, and it'll blow yours too. Where'd it go? Robert Thomas. We all know he's on an 11-game point streak. He has 23 points, 6 goals, 17 assists. Right? You have Buchnevich. 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points on an 8-game streak. That line is playing out of its mind. Out of its mind. This team is ready and poised. We were concerned in March. We're not in April. And yes, Fiala, this is, I talked about this last year in April. This is right around the time that the Blues broke Fiala's leg. And last year, if you remember, in the last game of the season, he tore the Blues up. So I can see that happening again. So we gotta watch him. Oh wow, that's a shocker. Talbot in net. Wow, Talbot against Husso again. Ian, that's got to be. Why would you not start Marc-Andre Fleury tonight? Wow. That's a mistake. I think that's a huge mistake. I really do. I think that's a huge mistake. You think whoever wins this game second in the division? Matt Lowe, I do, bud. I really do. He played the last game and lost. He's lost the last 2 times. He's got a losing streak against the Blues. Yeah, I thought it would be too. Talbot played the last game against Dallas. I don't know, man. This is according to Michael Russo. Fleury had a soft goal and faced a lot of shots against Dallas. Yeah, but he also had that game-winning assist, right? I mean, he set that goal up perfectly. Fleury played the last game. Yeah, okay, against Dallas. I get that. But I'm sorry. I just think it's a mistake. I really do, my friend. I think it's a mistake. I think this is a mistake. You want to? To me, the Blues are going into this game they're going into this game knowing they have a goalie they can beat, and they have beat. And it's got to be in Talbot's head. Oh man, I wonder what Talbot's record against St. Louis is. It's got to be in his head. Got to be in his head, right? Absolutely got to be in his head. Oh my goodness. I think I can look that up real quick. Let me go. Give me a second while I do some stats. I'm absolutely certain that's got to be in his head. I think Talbot's got a horrible record against the Blues. Let's see. Come on, where's it for opponent? Come on. No, they're not Cho. Here we go. I'm looking. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, Cam Talbot. And that's just this season, right? Let me go flip that to all time. It won't let me do that. Let me go back a few years. There we go. Okay, I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I had to change things up, but I'm going to get it because I want to see this. I want to see what Cam Talbot's record against the Blues is since he's been in the league. You know, his all-time record against St. Louis. Cam Talbot is 1-3. Now this is his time with the Wild. He's 1-3 with 7 games played, and he's 1-3 with 7 games played with the Wild. Right? I might be able to do one more thing, and let's see. Here we go. Now I got it. Okay, he has he's 7-7-5 against the Blues. Right? That's not I'm sorry. I think you got to start Fleury there, bud. You got to start Fleury. Right? Now let me get back to your comments. Minnie needs to know what they got. If Talbot loses today, we'll make up their mind in the postseason. That's not a bad point. Merrill and Dumba are still out for Minnesota, I believe. Also, we will see when the lineups come out. Yep. I guess Minnie is doing a hard 1A, 1B rotation. That's what it seems like. I don't rest Flower for the playoffs. I don't see that, man. I'm sorry, E. I'm against you on this one. Sun shines on a monkey's butt every once in a while. Hope it stays cloudy. I like that, bud. 4 goals and 5 points in his last 2 games. Ian, it's 7-7-5 all times. Vladdy and Tao had 5 points each last game. Yeah, they did, man. This is tonight. Tonight's the night. This is the game. You're on a 7 game win streak, right? You're approaching your all-time best of 11. You have got the playoffs on the line. You've got guys playing solid. They've got guys playing solid. And tonight's one of those games. Tonight's that game. The last game had a playoff feel. What do you think this game's going to have? Right? This game is going to be tight. Now, the Blues do have some changes. The Torpedo is out for maintenance. Yes, he's a little banged up. Not sure what that means, but Joshua, Dakotas, they reach for the Dakotas, the Badlands. That's what there's Dakota Joshua's nickname, Dakota Badlands. Call him Badlands. There we go. I like that. Badlands Joshua. Yeah, that's not bad. What do you guys think about calling him Badlands? Right? Dakota's in. Dakota is going to be a good third string guy, third line guy. I really see that. I really do. Yeah, it is going to be electric, Tammy. I'm with you. I think Joshua on that line gives you the only thing that you lose with the Torp between Joshua and the Torp is size. I think the Torpedo is a little bit bigger than Joshua. Let me take a quick look at this. Torpachenko is 6'6", 222, and Joshua. Let's see if he's on here. He may not be on here. They don't have him on the lineup here because he's a late ad. So, but I'm not sure what he is at. But I know he's smaller than that. I don't think Dakota is. Yeah, I don't think Dakota is that big, right? So you lose a little bit of size, right? You lose a little bit of size, but other than that, not much. And no, he's not afraid to hit. Not afraid to hit at all. right? Not afraid to hit at all. 6'2", I think. Yeah, I knew he was going to do a little bit. I got the right now. ABC still has gymnastics on, so I'm not a big gymnastics. So I've got the Boston Bruins and Pittsburgh Penguin game on. The last I looked, it was 2-1, but I think it might be 2-2 now. I'm waiting for. No, it's still 2-1 with 9:13 to go in the third. Boston is up. Pittsburgh's trying. Where are we at? Dakota 6'2". So you're going to lose a little bit of size, but you're right. He's not afraid to hit, Tammy. Not afraid to hit. I don't think that affects that line that much. Now, Berube teased some line changes. And I was looking, I don't know where you make line changes. I really don't. Trexan calls negative is not a must-win for either team. It all amounts to home ice. Which hasn't amounted lately in the places. It's a hard game for sure, though, but a win isn't in this game won't mean a ton if you lose out. Actually, Trexan, let's okay. Physically, you're right. Physically, in the overall scheme of things, what does it mean? Nothing. For Minnesota, psychologically, this game means a lot. Okay? Minnesota is 12, St. Louis is 12-1-2 against Minnesota going back to February of 19. February of 19. They've lost 12 games. 12 games to the Blues. Right? They've won 4. Right? I don't know how many in overtime, the OTs of those were OT losses, but they've lost 12 games. Right? This for Minnesota psychologically is huge. You need to go out and win this game before the playoffs so in your head you can beat this team. You lose to this team again, and I want to ask Ian on this. I really want to know what Ian thinks. Do you think psychologically, if they lose again, that this could be huge for them? The grief line, not the same without all 3. Yeah, I would think so. But I think psychologically, this is a huge game for Minnesota, and it also for the Blues. This puts into your mindset. You lose one, we're still okay, but we got to make sure that we get to our game, get to our game. Psychologically, I think that this is a very important game. Okay, it's not assuming you're going to lose. It's putting in the back of your mind that it's hard to beat. How hard it is to beat this team, right? That you can't get over that hump. Look at. You can look at a lot of teams. Look at St. Louis with Chicago, right? In the first round, that getting over that first round hump. How important that finally was, right? And not only that, think about this. St. Louis lost in the first round like 4 or 5 straight years. You get to 2016, and the Blues make it to get in the first round against their rival Chicago, or their rival for the Chicago, and finally get that win in 7 with that amazing, goal at the goal line, and then they end up going to the Western Conference Finals. 2 years later, they're lifting the cup. You look at the Capitals, couldn't get past the Penguins for years, finally get past the Penguins and win the cup. So, yeah, there is something there. No, for fans, yes. For teams, no. Playoffs and regular season don't correlate. We beat Vegas 6 out of 8 times last season and ended up going down 3-1 in the playoffs. Okay, that's a fair point. However, Vegas was a very strong team at the time, and I don't, I don't see that as a complete negative. I get what you're saying, right? I get what you're saying, but be a downer and overhyped mindset. They say, damn, we played them in the first round, or let's come out fast and wear themselves out. Maybe. I mean, to me, psychologically, this game's got to mean a lot to the Wild. Yeah. So no, Ian, I get that. I see where you're at, and the Wild were able to force Game 7, right? So that's that actually helps solidify my point, right? They were able to force Game 7. We were able to use that psychologically. Look, we beat this team 6 out of 8. We can do this, and they almost did. So that's where I come. Oh yeah, it will be a chippy, and it make it a chippy, physical and chippy series. I'm with that. Almost afraid to win this one because it will motivate the Wild to get revenge in the first round. I don't know. I see your point, Rich. I really do. I'm not completely there yet. I'm not set on that. I can't. Sorry, bud. I can't go there yet, man. I can't go there yet. You know, game sevens can be a lot of game sevens are one of those where they're going to go one of two ways, right? There's no middle game. They're going to be really close, really exciting, or it's going to be a blowout, right? And you look at even game 7 against Psychops 101. No, Richard, I don't know better than you, right? And that's the thing. I don't. I really don't. You know, and all I can do is tell you what my opinion is. Oh, I'm sure they did too. No, and Rich, I just go off what I know, man. That's all. What my knowledge is, what I see, what I think. You know, a lot of that. But really, you know, I'm not in the locker rooms. I don't get to see all these things. I just know what. So I'm doing the best I can. And just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm right. It really doesn't. I've been wrong. I've been wrong numerous times. I make mistakes. I'm fallible, just like everybody is. Not just this season, the Blues record. It is over a year's, not just the season on the Blues record. Yeah. So the Blues record over. Actually, right now it's just me there, Ian. Just me. Richard's mad at me. He's mad at me. I'm getting a devil face. It would be different if just this year that we match up better. Yeah, it has been, and that's the thing that I go back. This isn't you've been seeing this, and not only that, I talked about this a little bit earlier. The maturation of the Wild. I mean, last season, nobody had this belief that the Wild were going to get in the playoffs, right? You've seen them grow. You've seen Krill grow, right? My biggest thing with the Wild, I think they're going to call a tight game. I really do. I think there's been a lot said about refs keeping the whistles in the pocket. Tammy says she's got her tequila ready for the game. Oh my goodness! And Richard, Richard says I'm crazy. I think that the league is kind of cracking down on the refs keeping the whistle in the pocket. They've been telling them that tripping in the regular season is tripping in the playoffs, and tripping in a tight game is tripping in a loose game. So tripping is tripping, and cross-checking is cross-checking, and all of that. So got to be honest, I think that you're going to see him call a good game. I really do. I don't think the refs are going to have that issue. Tight game, Blues probably win. I don't know. I'll say this for Minnesota right now. It's not for Minnesota. That's what's so weird. I wonder if it's just Berube's system. The last few seasons have been terrible for the Wild versus St. Louis. Of course, we also went into a series cold as well. I think that in 2017, that sucked as well. Yeah. I think that, to be honest, Ian, I think it's partially Berube's system, and it's partially the overall matchup. I don't know, bud. They may have, because that was huge what Vladdy did the other night. Even Ian had to be impressed with Vladdy and his 5 points and 3 goals and 5 points, and Thomas with his 5 points. I mean, those two guys were in on 5 of the 6 goals. Actually, they were in on all 6 goals. They had something to do with all 6 goals, right? Your special teams are better than ours, and the Wild know that too. No, their special teams are not better than ours. Are you kidding me, Trexon? Trexon, we have the second best special teams in the league. In the second or third best in the league. We're much better than they are. Right? Much better than they are. Much better than they are. I'll during the first period, I'll work on my that stats for it. Your special teams are better than ours, and the Wild know that too. The way I read that, Trexon, is you're saying that the Wild special team is better than ours. Are you saying because if you said our special teams are better than yours, and the Wild know that too, then maybe I would see what you were saying. But to me, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just, that's how I'm reading it. So I'm saying that. Too bad. Goals let in by Allen in Game 6. They were promptly swept by the Dynasty. You know which one? Yeah. There's a lot going on with, I'm sorry, Minnesota and St. Louis have history, right? And I still think, and me and Ian talked about this a little bit, he disagrees. I think giving up on Kokkonen was the wrong move. I really do. Why do you say that? Like, no, we can't compete. And why do you say that? Right? The Blues are, hold on. I'm psychologically, it would be the other way around, right? Okay. So power play. Minnesota Wild are 19th in the NHL at 20.2. The Blues are second at 26.4. The penalty kill, the Wild are 26th at 75.1, and the Blues are at 5th at 83.8. The Wild cannot afford to take penalties. The Blues can. If the Wild play chippy and take penalties, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Right? Okay. We Wild for me. Okay. So maybe I just read it. I think Ian would agree with me that the Blues can play much more chippy than the Wild can. Because if the Wild take penalties, they're in trouble. And the Blues can afford to give up a penalty to go on. Okay, Trexon, I thought you were a Blues fan, my friend, and that's why I miscalculated, and I apologize. Please forgive me. 12. We're 12-1-3, and I think we've won the last 6 in United Center. I was looking at that earlier. Here we go. The Blues are 2-0 against the Wild Minnesota this season. They've won 4 straight against the Wild and are 8-0-1 in the last 9 against Minnesota. And they've won their last 6 against the Wild at the Enterprise Center. Right? Oh, that ice looks so pretty. Oh, that ice looks so pretty. Welcome to ABC. Right? Yep. We know that. Trexon, and I apologize. I thought, but you're way to go, bud. Good points. You make good points, and I understand it now. So I didn't mean it to have hopefully no malice on my side either. We love everybody, right? Hey, Roland, give me a buzz during the first. I need to talk to you about something. I'm excited for this game. I really am. I know you guys are. Make sure that you let your friends know about the show during the oh my goodness. Thank you, Trex. Thank you, buddy. I like that other fans are watching our show, man. It really shows something. Yeah. The wild, it's all going to be about, who gets to their game and stays on it. The last game, the Wild got to their game, but didn't stay on it. They did not stay on it. You don't need to watch the Timberwolves. No one likes basketball. Come on. Wild only. No one likes basketball. The Blues got to their game and stayed on it. And that's why they tied that game up. And that's why they won it. They got to their game and stayed on it. That's what's going to be important. It's not just getting to your game, it's staying on it. And Minnesota did not stay on it. Right? I think they're making a mistake. Oh, I can't believe the Wild on that are led by a superstar. You're telling me Tarasenko's not a superstar? And that Thomas isn't becoming a superstar? Oh, come on. Even Ian will tell you that. He'll tell you that Thomas and Tarasenko are superstars. Oh, my goodness. Talbot against Husso. Husso's got it in his mind that he can win this. Guys, it's all going to come down to who gets to their game and stays on their game. Get to your game, stay on your game. Right? If the Blues get to their game and stay on it, oh, I don't know why, bud. May have to do a refresh. I will in a bit, bud. Right now, I just got a little too much going for me. Let me see. Maybe I can try. They're at a commercial break, so maybe I can. There we go. Let's see what comes up. Da da da. Da da da. Oh, it has commercial break in progress, so I'll have to see what pops in my ears. You guys might end up hearing it, so let me wait there. Since they're at a commercial break, I don't know what it's going to show, bud. Showing highlights in Spanish. I don't know, my friend. Hockey, baseball, football, basketball for me. Yeah, I would say mine's kind of the same. Ian, I would say mine's the same. Kyrou could use a big night. I really do see that, but I could see Kyrou dropping to the fourth line. I really could. Yeah, I'm with you, Ian. Actually, I'm becoming a soccer guy. I really am. I'm starting to enjoy soccer, right? And I think that having a soccer team in St. Louis is going to help that. They get to see something that I have a rooting interest in, right? I've tried to watch the MLS. I don't have a rooting interest, so it makes it really hard. Ashley. Where we at? Okay, we're almost there. No, they did have. I did see that they did have them on some fourth line shifts, right? Yeah, it's Kelly talking in Spanish. They'll probably fix that. Might not watch now. Oh, just turn the volume down, Ryan, and listen to the radio, right? Ian says he's begun to do the same. Okay, guys, we're almost there. As soon as this commercial comes off, I will probably disappear until the first. I look forward to this game. I look forward to what we're going to see. Oops. I hate when they do that. Oh, it's only one. Only one there. Okay, well, it looks like it's just about back on. Let me. No. Oh, it's English for me now, bud. It was all English for me, so you should be okay with that now, right? Mine was all English. Absolutely, Ian. Absolutely, absolutely, bud. Absolutely. Yes. Oh, no problem. No problem. Charge it up during the first. We're good. Okay, guys. The game is almost on. I will see you at the first intermission. Aloha, mahalo, and let's go Blues!